Okay, I don't want to tell you, but it's very difficult for me to make a good smile these days, mostly because I don't know why. This is number 28. Okay, so what do we want to talk about? 28. I don't know how to tell you about one. Mm, 28, 28, 28, 28, 28. It's very bright. The sun shines very bright. The flowers smell lovely. This hat is Fatima, someplace in Portugal. Christopher Columbus was an Italian, and his name was Cristoforo Colombo. Anyways, he couldn't get sponsorship from the Italian government, so he went around trying to find somebody who had lots of money who would, you know, fund his trip. And he ended up having three ships, the Nina, Pinta, and Santa Maria. And it was the Portuguese monarch's Queen Isabella who fronted the money for this trip to the New World. Portugal is famous for fortified wine, which is wine where they up the alcohol content on it and then they call it port. They have a kind of fortified wine called Madeira, and to make proper Madeira, what you do is you put it into oak barrels and then you put it on board a ship. A kind of ship? An old wooden ship, a tall ship with sails. And then what do you do? Well, you go sail around in the ocean for quite a long time because somehow the ocean trip seasons the wine properly. Once it's been well seasoned, then you bottle it and you sell it to people in England. They call it Madeira, and they said, "Would you like some Madeira, Madeira?" The Brits really do like this fortified wine. They also like sherry, which is also one of these Portuguese enhanced wines. Portugal is a little strange country cut out of Spain. So Portugal borders Spain to the east, and to the south is Spain. To the west is the ocean, and to the north is France, and a little teeny tiny country, super tiny country called Andorra. Now, strangely, Portugal had a history of being Catholic. and yet it is the most liberal place ever. Drugs are decriminalized. Anyways, I've never been to Spain. I've never been to Portugal. I know it's there on the map, but for all I know, it could be an imaginary place because I've never been there. They could just have drawn it on the map and brainwashed me and all the other kids and said, this is Spain and this is Portugal on a map. But I've never been there. As far as I know, it could just be a mythical place. And pretty much the whole of planet Earth is that way to me. You know, we have airplane travel, and we have had it for a hell of a long time. And before that, they had train travel. You know, and they had ships before the trains. But the simple fact is, I was born into a middle-class family, which means, you know, the family wasn't dirt poor. And somehow, I have never traveled this world. So as far as I know, they're lying to me. They're lying to me that Africa exists. They're lying to me that China and Japan exist. They're lying to me that Australia exist. They're lying to me that Central and South America exist. They're lying to me that Antarctica exists. And they're lying to me that even the Arctic exists. Is it a flat world like some people say? Or is it a globe? I don't know. Because I've never been in a plane that flew all the way around the Earth at one time. So I could look down to see. How does that make you feel? Well, for me, it makes me feel like they're lying the hell. They're lying the hell. The depths of their lies, I don't know, but I know they are lying to me. Otherwise, I would have seen all these places by now. I mean, didn't you want to go? Well, I was pretty much busy slaving away at Joe jobs my whole life. You know, usually what happened with these Joe jobs is they would give you 2 weeks vacation a year. And the Joe jobs paid so shitty, it wasn't like I had a whole pile of extra cash lying around. Where I could go, 2 weeks and, fly to Africa and go on a safari. No. So, why is it set up this way? The reason it's set up this way is I don't even know. But it is set up this way. Why is it set up this way? Pretty much I figured it out. I don't know. I mean, there's planes flying over top of me right now. People going hither and thither.
There goes the plane.
Is it the cost? Well, it's bloody expensive to fly anywhere. Now, when I wear these red rose-colored glasses, uh, well, Kermit doesn't look green. He looks kind of gray. You see, he goes kind of gray when you're wearing rose-colored glasses. What did you learn from Kermit the Frog when he was on Sesame Street or The Muppet Show? No? Well, they pretty much wanted to tell you that the world's an exciting place. And when you're little, I mean, you've got so much to look forward to. So we're going to teach you how to spell and how to count. We're going to show you a bunch of, people. I mean, some of the people were Muppets and some of the people were human. And, they're all friendly and neighborly. And anytime they had a problem, they would talk it out. My experience on planet Earth, however, is the planet is run by Nazis. I don't know. Some of you might not really understand what Nazis are. Nazi Germany was run as a military dictatorship. And they were horrible, mean people. They told lies. And they rounded up people and put them in concentration camps and gassed them. They gave them poison gas. And they had an air force, and they went over to London, England, and they dropped lots of bombs on London, England. And they invaded all their neighbors, conquered all their neighbors. And their philosophy was white, blonde-haired, blue-eyed German Aryan people were the master race. They were highly racist people. And why do I think the Nazis are still running the planet today? I don't know. It just doesn't seem like we're, free. And that's why the Allied countries fought Nazi Germany for freedom of the people. But the people aren't free. They're all enslaved. They're corporate wage slaves. They don't get to travel the planet. And it's even worse now than it was when I was younger. Bill Gates and his billions and wanting to go and force us all to take his vaccines. What am I supposed to think about these people? What am I supposed to think about these people? Well, maybe he still doesn't have enough billions to change the way things are going on the planet, but he's certainly setting himself up for a windfall profits. It goes on and on and on and on. What's the point of me giving you these steps to higher consciousness? We're on 28. As much as I want to keep pushing aside the way things are on the planet, I can't. Because technically we're still coming out of this quarantine for COVID-19. And the land borders to the United States, I'm in Canada, are still closed. Some people, these QAnon people, they say, don't worry about this COVID-19. This is all a cover story. Because while this is going on, Donald Trump's white hats are going and taking out the deep state cabal. In other words, the Nazi government of planet Earth. Is it true? I don't see any evidence of it. So I'm going to say QAnon is a myth, and endless lies that come out about rescuing people. And all lies, all lies, all lies. What is the truth? I don't know. All I know is that ultimately this is planet lie. And the point of me talking about it is simply, if you're going to tell me anything at all, I'm going to say, no, it ain't. Because this is planet lie. So yesterday I was listening to somebody who was, I don't know, maybe he was trained in Buddhism or something, but he was trying to explain something to do with the mind and who you are. And, after about 10 minutes, we said, nah, what you're saying doesn't make any sense to me, because I've figured it out, and I'm more advanced than you, buddy. Well, he was 26 from the look of him, and he was all dressed up like he was a Japanese samurai or something, trying to tell everybody all the stuff that's true. And I said, no, it doesn't really seem right to me. Doesn't seem right to me at all. So on Planet Lie, what his point is, I don't know where he learns what he learns, but he's trying to teach other people. He's 26 years of age, he's got it all figured out. I don't think so. I don't think you can figure things out at 26 years on this planet. You're pretty good at, parroting what somebody else told you. But, to really tell the truth, no, it's Planet Lie. And, maybe he's not intending on lying. But he can't get the truth, because the truth on Planet Lie is we are totally encased and engaged in being imprisoned and being force-fed lies. So, in our 33 steps to higher consciousness, what do you get out of step 28? Seems like we're stuck in the mire, because, 27 step, I was pretty much pissed off too. Some people say, you have to experience this kind of shit in order to cherish freedom and truth. Maybe it's true. But I don't know when that's going to happen, because, I got my gray beard here, and I'm still waiting. I don't have too many more points to make on this number 28, other than I know we get kind of to the point where, yes, we know we're being lied to. Yes, we know that we're being cooped up and quarantined. And even when the borders are open, the cost of travel is so much that we don't travel. It's a beautiful planet from all we can see. It's too bad we don't get to really experience it. Kermit the Frog.